Okay, so I'm so excited to open the new cardboard station, and so we need to go over my expectations and the procedures for using cardboard to make 3D sculptures. So here I've laid out my expectations, and they go with the green words that we've been talking about, so I'll explain those connections as we go. So the first thing you need to do is picture your idea in your head. So you're gonna come up with the best projects when you make a plan. And that is envisioning the project in your head before you start. That's going to help you think through some of the solutions to how to connect different pieces before you get started. So also I want you to stretch and explore. So challenge yourself outside of your comfort zone and explore new challenges, and you push through those challenges and persist through any challenges you come up with. You don't give up, you use perseverance and you push through it, and you find creative solutions to your artistic problems. Also, I want you to strive for sturdy construction, so that is developing your craft, and I want you to make sure that your construction is solid so that your project is strong. And when you shake it, the pieces don't just fall apart. They stay together and they're strong, and it's a piece of artwork that stands on its own. Also, I want you to finish with thoughtful and detailed decorations. So just the brown outside of the cardboard sculpture is not enough. You have to push it to the next level and complete your project with some kind of color decoration. So you might want to use oil pastel on the outside of it for that, or maybe marker, or maybe you're painting it, or maybe you're gluing construction paper to the outside to make it look complete. So that is all of how to use these in your sculpture. So now that we've talked about expectations, let's check out the stations and do a tour. So the first thing that you need to do is make sure you've completed this cardboard challenge, which means you've shown me all 4 of these skills, and I have signed your folder with this, and that means that you can wear the badge that tells me that you are ready for the cardboard station, which is over here on the counter. So this is the cardboard construction zone, and there's a sign here that kind of reminds you how to get started if you're feeling overwhelmed, so you can kind of decide what materials you're going to use and make sure your materials are attached well, and you could use glue for that, or tape, or hot glue, but we don't have that out yet. This is the glue, so that's going to give you kind of a strong connection there. But when you use the glue, it's not going to be dry yet, so that's why you might want to use a clamp to hold it together while it dries, so it stays connected, or maybe one of these clamps to do that. We've got tape here that you can use to connect things, and you want to make sure that everything is connected well, so that when you do the shake test, it stays together. Once it's strong and you've determined it's strong, then you can put a skin on it, and you could use paint for that, or oil pastel, or you could cut out construction paper and glue it onto the side. So you've got different boxes here, and we want to make sure that the station stays organized so that others can come to the station and get inspired by the way it looks. If it looks like a big pile of cardboard with tape all tangled into it and art supplies in different places all scattered around the station, people aren't going to feel inspired to come and use it. So we want to make sure we take care of it, and the best way to do that is to clean as you go. So you want to, if you use the scissors to cut something, after you're done with the scissors, put them back in the container. If you use the glue stick for something, and after you're done with the glue stick, put it back in the container. If you use the hole puncher for something, make sure you put it back in the container. You might want to use the hole punchers for brass fasteners. You might want to attach something with twine by tying it through a hole punch. We've got our flanges that I saved from the cardboard challenge, so if you want to use those are ready for you. These are the tabs, so if you want to give something feet, that will be ready for you to use. If you just want scraps, there's different pieces in here that are left over from things. These are the bases, so you might want a bigger piece of cardboard if you want to have something to glue something onto, or maybe you want to draw a shape and then cut it out for your project. So everything that you need to make your cardboard is here. All cardboard projects must be no bigger than this size. So if your cardboard sculpture is not small enough to fit inside this box, then you need to take it apart, because we've got too many artists who use this space and I need to be able to store everyone's project. So we don't want to like make something so big that I can't fit it in this space. And we want to make sure we're making wow work, and that's why I store your projects, because your projects should take still more than 3 classes to complete, so that you're using those expectations we talked about on the screen. So I'm excited for us to get started, and we'll see what we create today. After you're done creating it, you're gonna put it in the box that goes with your class, which I will put on this, and I will keep it in the space for you until your next art class. So we've got these different boxes here that will have each teacher's name on them, and so you'll have a place to put it, and I can keep it for you until you get back and we can stay organized. So it's almost time to get started, and I will see if you guys have any questions.